Welcome to Vacuum Wars, and to our review of the Roborock QRevo or QRevo Slim. In many ways, it's one of Roborock's most advanced robot vacuums, even though it's not their most expensive model, as it introduces some groundbreaking navigation technology that's the first of its kind. After putting it through all kinds of tests over the past few weeks, I was really impressed, and I wasn't surprised to see it rocket to the number 2 spot in our recent Best Robot Vacuums of Late 2024 video. This video will be our full review of the Roborock QRevo Slim, where I'll go over all the pros and cons. So links in the description, and let's get started. First, the basics. The Roborock QRevo Slim is a robot vacuum mop combo with a fully featured automatic dock that empties its dustbin and washes and dries its own mop pads. It sits just under the Roborock QRevo Curve in their lineup in terms of price. It's about the same price as the Master or Max V, and it currently comes in just one color. Starting off with the pros, let's look at the many hardware features on the Slim, and probably the most striking of these is the one where it gets its name, that is, its new low profile. It's only about 3.2 inches tall compared to about 4 inches tall for most other robot vacuums with Lidar. First, a little background on this. Most modern robot vacuums efficiently navigate around using a top-mounted Lidar sensor. This spinning laser has been the superstar of modern robot vacuum navigation systems, allowing them to be very accurate when they make maps of your house and navigate around. However, these LiDAR sensors do make the robot vacuum taller, and so it prevents those that have it from getting under certain furniture that it would otherwise be able to get under. In the past, manufacturers have tried to design lower profile robot vacuums by omitting the LiDAR sensor, but until now, removing the top-mounted LiDAR has always led to a significant decline in the robot's navigation performance. But with the QRevo Slim, Roborock has introduced their new StarSight Navigation system, which is a combination of sensors, including a new sensor on the side in combination with some of the more standard obstacle avoidance sensors on the front. It still has LiDAR, but it's now a dual-state, solid-state LiDAR that doesn't spin. It's also one of the few robots that use 3D time-of-flight technology, and it also has an RGB camera and infrared sensors on the front. In our navigation tests, its performance was impressive. There was no notable downgrade in efficiency during our fixed floor plan navigation tests, where it performed above average. It mapped our floor plan in about 5 minutes, it navigated without getting stuck, and its vacuum and mop run was faster than average. But it was also a significant upgrade from other Roborocks with its obstacle avoidance. You can see in our infrared shots that the pattern that the new obstacle avoidance system projects is more circular, which I thought was interesting. And after the 5 obstacle avoidance tests we did, it was the 3rd place overall that we've tested. And it was by far the best Roborock we've tested with obstacle avoidance, even better than the flagship S8 Max V or the Roborock QRevo Curve. Some other hardware features include the Flexi side brush, which automatically extends for better corner sweeping, something I've found to be genuinely useful. There's another automated Flexi arm for one of its mop pads, which extends for better edge cleaning. And it also seems to be a significant upgrade from robots that don't have a similar feature. The QRevo Slim also uses a dual brush roll, which was new to Roborock last year, and all of these hardware components serve to make it an excellent robot vacuum where it counts, that is, vacuuming up debris on both hard floors and carpets. It did exceptionally well in our extensive testing on both surface types. It was able to pick up all the types and sizes of debris that we tested it with nearly perfectly. It was great with the other performance tests as well. For example, it was above average with its ability to pick up flattened pet hair on carpets. It was above average with its ability to resist tangles of 7-inch hair. It was also above average in the Crevice Pickup test, where we see how good it is at picking up debris in different sizes of crevices on max power. On the Carpet Deep Clean test, where we see how good it is at picking up deeply embedded debris like sand in carpets, it was right at the average amount, which was in line with some of the similarly priced QRevo models, and it's better than we've seen with some of the more expensive Roborock models, such as the S8 Max V Ultra. So in terms of just its carpet and hard floor vacuuming ability, it was extremely good. Its mopping ability was also a big pro. It has 2 spinning mop pads which exert downward pressure as they mop. You can adjust the water levels and mop path density for more extreme jobs. We tested it on our dried stain test, and it was above average average at 110 points, about the same as the Curve and similar QRevo models. Its mop pads automatically lift up 10 millimeters to avoid getting carpets wet, which is the same height as all the other QRevo models other than the new Curve, which lifts up 5 more millimeters. These lifting mop pads have been a game changer in the industry because it allows for robot vacuum mops to vacuum and mop floors in houses that have both hard floors and carpets in the same run, making them much more efficient. Another huge pro is its Multifunctional Dock 3.0. Its dock has all the major features, including the ability to empty its dustbin automatically into a disposable bag, which Roborock says will last 7 weeks before needing to be changed. It also automatically washes the mop pads with hot water, dries the mop pads with warm air, which prevents the mop pads from building up bacteria. It automatically refills the mop tank with clean water. It has the new self-washing bin feature, in which 2 spinning modules with little squeegees in the bin keep it clean on its own, but you can also physically remove the tray for manual deep cleaning if needed. It also has a somewhat new dock feature, which is a little sensor that can tell how dirty the mop water is, and it can initiate further cleanings of the pads if needed. Its battery life was a pro. The official battery life number is 180 minutes on low power, which is slightly above average, though less than the top-of-the-line Roborock Curve. In our battery efficiency tests, where we run the robot on a fixed floor plan on multiple power settings, we found that its battery efficiency was above average. Running the calculations, we have it at 1,244 square feet per charge. Of course, that number will vary greatly depending on your floor plan. It also has fast charging, which is only available on higher-end robots like this one. Another huge pro is the Roborock App, which is one of the most fully featured apps in the industry, giving you control over almost every aspect of the robot. It also has a really good score on the app stores. It has advanced features like virtual barriers, multi-level maps, the ability to control how frequently it empties the robot's dustbin, and lots of granular scheduling features. It also has some advanced pet features in the app. For example, you can live video call with your pets. It has a pet checkup feature where it will go look for your pets without the vacuum running to make sure they're okay. Generally speaking, it's a great app experience that is very user-friendly. Moving on to the cons. While I generally found the new navigation system to be as good as a traditional Lidar robot vacuum, there were a few occasions, such as when I moved some furniture for a shot and was doing a zone cleaning run, that it seemed to get confused in a way that I don't think a top-mounted Lidar robot would have. It figured it out eventually, and it didn't end up being a problem, but it does make me think that I should mention that there probably will be some trade-offs with the new slim design. Another con was that during our bench tests, where we test suction and airflow, the raw power numbers were lower than average. I don't put a lot of stock into these numbers nowadays because I find that they're not really predictive of performance. For example, as we saw, it was above average with pickup ability, the Crevice Pickup test, and so on, so take these numbers with a grain of salt. Another thing is that it has a really small internal dustbin. Roborocks have been decreasing the size of these internal bins lately, which isn't that big of a deal because they do have auto-empty bin systems, but if you have a lot of pet hair, you really need to set the auto-empty frequency to its highest amount because these internal dustbins have been getting so small. But, as I said at the beginning, the Roborock QRevo Slim currently sits at number 2 on our best robot vacuum list, which is impressive considering its price. It's good where it counts as a vacuum, but it's got everything you need as a mopping system as well. Its new dock has every feature I can think of, and its app and ease of use in general can't be beat. Links in the description, and be sure to subscribe to Vacuum Wars before you leave. Thanks for watching. All of the links in the description are updated regularly to reflect our current favorite vacuums in multiple categories. You'll also find links to the Vacuum Wars website in the description, where we have more detailed lists of our favorite products, like our new top 20 robot vacuums list, which is updated weekly.